Okay, so one of the nicest things about this little house is that it fits with its environment. It's an adobe house. It's surrounded by xeriscaping, which means that you use native plants and you don't try to conform what you want, the landscape to what you want, but you conform what you want to be beautiful with what happens naturally in the environment. So we have a lot of dry grasses, we have a lot of rocks, we have a lot of, I don't know if they're pinyon pines, I don't want to say they're pinyon pines, but they're a pine tree. And then it's dry, it's beautiful in its dryness, and it just really speaks to the area. And then the adobe house was actually made from soil locally. The perimeter fence is made out of what looks like pine, and all of the little walls and retaining walls and gardens are made from adobe. So it's beautiful and it fits well. So a lot of the selling point of this little property is how well it just fits in and how well it magnifies life in the area.
Do you guys want me to draw a picture for you? Here, I'm gonna go get my better one. My better pencil. Sorry.
So you can see that they are completely different. The last house was very cutesy. This one is, I wouldn't call it Spartan because it's still warm, but it's very simple. And the things you enjoy about each one are completely different. However, their prices were almost exactly the same. And their hospitality was the same. They were caring, wonderful people. We got to meet them. It was a good experience. And I would much rather stay somewhere like this than in a nasty hotel. As sanitary as some of them are, I really enjoyed this experience. And I feel so much safer. There's always an owner, like right there. Some of our more interesting Airbnbs, like when it had the bass fishing pond next to it, and we were the little cabin on the hill, we actually had to come into a gated community to get to it. And so the owner's house was here, and we were quite a bit back, but their house was before ours. And so we still felt very cared for, very safe, kind of isolated from them, but we kind of had the protection of them being there. We stayed in several that were like that, where it was a gated situation and there were other people living there. And so I'm trying to think if we ever had one that really felt remote, where we didn't feel safe. I'm trying to think if we ever did. If we have... But there was always an owner. Most of them, they have the main house and they have this little one off to the side. And so we always just felt super safe, and it was the owners who came in and cleaned or came in and greeted us. And so it felt like a very nice, warm family situation. And we loved it. So, I mean, at hotels you don't get little coasters like this where they made it themselves, and little coffee stands that are made out of what looks like aspen or birch. So hopefully you enjoyed this and this is really helpful. And if you have your own little slice of heaven and you want to create some residual income, I think this is a fantastic way to share with the world and also have the world share back with you. So we'll talk to you later. The house always looks a little different after we've been in it, so I try to take these videos as soon as I can. You can see the adobe on the inside, has a high ceiling. Now, it sleeps two, but she has a twin-size bed out here that you can lay down, and extra blankets. Comfy, but very simple chairs. Art, but very simple art. She has books. She has ideology that she loves. There is a closet with hangers. Very simple door, unfinished. Hangers, an extra pillow. You have your linens, a simple bathroom, a few amenities. Very, very simple. You have your work table, your little fridge. Everybody pretty much has a way to boil water, a bit of a hot plate, so they don't even have to have a full kitchen in here, and it's very functional. More simple art, more unfinished wood doors, and then here's your sink. More of that tin. If you remember that tin you can get at True Value for 16 bucks a sheet. There's more of it. Just really dresses the place up. And then there is a sleeping loft upstairs, but they do not have it accessible because they do have families coming and they want to keep everybody safe. So instead, they put a mattress down here, and then they have brick on the floor. And with the nice shades, it doesn't get real hot in here. It was quite warm outside today with a lot of bright sunshine. It didn't get too warm.
What do you think?
Beautiful.